I know sometimes you are considering when you're sitting in traffic or as it gets warmer like it was last week where it was almost 90 degrees already, you're thinking about being able to get away from it all and just kind of relax and rejuvenate. And the place to be, especially because by next week, they're having their opening week in Alder, Montana. Ruby Springs Lodge here with me this morning from beautiful Montana, Big Sky Country. John Sampson, good morning.
Hi, George. Good morning to you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. So we're getting close. We've been talking all winter. Actually, we've been talking, I've been chit-chatting for quite some time, but over the winter, we've been talking about coming up in April, we're ready to go. And now it's practically here. Fishing season and Ruby Springs Lodge season is almost ready to go, right?
It is. It's time for us to get back to work, and we're looking forward to it. We've got a great season. Mother Nature's been kind. By that I mean snowpack is at average or a little bit higher than average, which bodes very well for water levels throughout the summer, which really is the most important part to the healthy fishery. We're getting ready to. The guides are all getting ready to launch the boats on the Jefferson, the Madison, the Big Hole, and the Ruby Rivers, and we're nicely booked up. I'd say 97%, 96% booked up for the coming year, but we do have a couple of spaces, and we hope some of your local Southern California folks would like to come up and pay us a visit.
And this is really important to understand. It's getting away from it all. It's fly fishing, and it's whether or not you have been fly fishing your whole life and have your entire rig ready to go and just looking for a different place to go, or whether you're returning, or whether you've never even so much as stepped in the water with a fishing pole in your life, you guys have them covered, right?
Totally accurate, George. You could have traveled the world and been to New Zealand or Mongolia or Costa Rica, everywhere, all over the place, fly fishing, or you can have never seen a fly fishing rod and just want to be exposed to the experience. You can just really show up, and a lot of our corporate groups, Bank of America or some of the other banks that come on up and entertain with us, that bring customers that have never been fly fishing ever before in their life, and they come away with such a positive experience. Or you're coming up to try your luck on some of definitely the most world famous streams, certainly in the United States and throughout the world. So experts also have wonderful experiences fishing our area.
And let's say in case fly fishing wasn't quite your thing, though, there's still other things to do. You've given it a shot. Okay, this is nice, but you've got other stuff. Isn't there golf courses and things like that out there, correct?
They are, and everywhere it has golf courses and hiking trails and biking trails and opportunities to recreate. And a lot of times people may do that after their day of fishing, but really what your Ruby Springs Lodge is focused on is the fly fishing experience. And it's a great vehicle to get you outside and see the unbelievable beauty that Montana has to offer with gorgeous streams, very few people, incredible wildlife. So it is the fly fishing that we concentrate on, although don't be confused. This isn't a fishing camp. This is a very high-end operation, private accommodations right along the banks of the river. We have a 6,000-acre ranch. We have an incredible restaurant that's only available to our private customers staying at the lodge. Take about 20 guests a night, and you can either choose to have a table with all 20 guests at it or private tables throughout the week. But the experience is a high-end experience, is the best way I could describe it. A lot of service involved, and being able to enjoy the outdoors with fly fishing as the avenue to get there.
And we're talking about John Sampson, Ruby Springs Lodge. Of course, you could take a look at everything, amenities, and what's offered at RubySpringsLodge.com. And of course, make your reservations. You have a few left. Now, your opening, is it next weekend is when your actual official opening?
Yeah, next weekend's our official opening, and we operate all the way through at the end of October with the fishing program. Then we go into a bird shooting and some big game hunting. But really what we're best at is the fly fishing. You can also call our reservation line, 406-842-5250. Susie'd love to field your call and answer any questions if you wanted to start gathering some information.
Perfect. Great opportunity to have a vacation in one of the most desirable terribly awesome wild spots in our nation. The big sky country. I mean wild by just natural, not just wild like you're going to get attacked by any wild animals or anything. I want to make it clear.
Or wild,
right?
or wild in the late night bar.
That's true. Well, maybe a little bit of that, but that's what happens at Ruby Springs Lodge stays at Ruby Springs Lodge. So
well said.
Now, John, you wanted to give a shout out to a hometown hero here, right?
I do. A great part of our family live in San Clarita, coincidentally, and we've got aunts and uncles and cousins, and one of our closest cousins, Kevin Miller's in his fourth year skating for the Boston Bruins, number 86. He's starting defenseman. Great friend. He loves to come up and hunt and fish in Montana with us, and so if you're not a hockey fan, tune into a Boston Bruins game here and look at a boy that was born and raised right in your backyard. Kevin Miller, number 86 for the Boston Bruins. Great kid. Loves to hunt and fish in Montana, too.
Well, that's great. John, always a pleasure to have you call in Ruby Springs Lodge. It's rubysprings.lodge.com for all your fly fishing and great outdoors adventures. And good luck with your new season coming up.
Hey, thanks, George. I appreciate you having me.
You bet.